What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I've got some absolutely huge information for you guys regarding Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies. So, if you guys remember, back when the beta was out, a lot of people were looking at the code on the PC version of the beta and getting all kinds of leaked information. We found out about multiplayer stuff, like upcoming weapons, upcoming specialists, all kinds of stuff like that. We found out about zombies. There's like a ranking system and the prestige system and stuff like that. Well, now we have even bigger information that just came out. And what it is if you guys remember back in the Shadows of Evil Zombies trailer, there was the gumball machine, the Dr. Monty's gumball machine. The characters were getting these gumballs, throwing them in their mouths, and they were getting power-ups for it. And what this leak is it's detailing 34 gumballs in the game. So it gives you an image of the gumball, it gives you the name and what it does, how it's used, stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure this is legit. So obviously, it's not confirmed, so you can't say with 100% confidence that yes, this is it. But I will show you guys, there are a couple of gumballs in this list that actually happened during the trailer. So that makes me feel a little bit more confident, as well as it's very, very professional. Like the images, I can't show you guys the images in this video. I will link it down in the description for you all. But the images are super, super professional. So if this is a hoax, it's a very well done hoax. And shout out to that guy. But no, I do think that this is legit. They were pulled from the code in the game, and it's pretty exciting. So let's get into it. So starting off here, the first one we have is Aftertaste. This is a blue gumball, and it says, don't lose any perks when downed, need to be revived. The trigger is immediate, so as soon as you eat this, it immediately takes effect, and it lasts for 3 rounds. Next up, we have ALCHEMICAL Antithesis. This is a purple gumball. It says every 10 points that would have been earned is instead 1 ammo in the stock of the current weapon. And the trigger is player activated, so the player that eats this gumball, he gets to choose when he wants to activate this effect, and it lasts for 30 seconds. So for 30 seconds, instead of earning points, you're earning ammo, which I think is actually pretty cool. Next up, we have Always Done Swiftly. This is a blue gumball, and it says walk faster while in ADS, go into and out of ADS faster. The trigger is immediate, so as soon as you eat it, it's going, and it lasts for 3 rounds. Next up, we have Anywhere But Here. It's a purple gumball, and it says player instantly teleports to a random player spawn location. A concussive blast knocks out any nearby zombies, keeping the player safe. And this is player activated, and it has 2 uses. So you get this one, and you can randomly, kind of like teleport across the map and get out of a bad situation up to 2 times, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Next up, we have Armamental Accomplishment. This is a blue gumball, and it says switch weapons and recover from performing melee attacks faster offhand item use. It's an immediate trigger, and it lasts for 3 rounds. Next up, we have Arms Grace. This is an orange gumball, and I do believe that orange gumballs are like the best ones, the most rare. You guys will see that as we get through all these gumballs. They're the ones that seem to be the most powerful. So this one says respawn with all weapons you had when you bled out. The trigger's immediate, and it lasts until next respawn. So if you get this gumball and then you go down, you die, you respawn back in with all of your weapons, which is pretty good. Next up, we have another orange gumball. This one's called Burned Out, and this is actually one that you can see in the Shadows of Evil trailer. The next time you take melee damage, nearby zombies burst into fire, and you guys can see that in action right here. So the trigger's immediate, and it lasts for 2 hits. Next up, we have Cash Back, and Cash as in C-A-C-H-E. It's a purple gumball, and it says spawn a max ammo power-up. It's player activated, and it lasts for 1 use. So you get this gumball, then at any time you want, you can activate it and spawn a max ammo power-up on the map. Next up, we have Coagulant. This is a green gumball, and it says longer bleed out time. The trigger's immediate, and it lasts for 30 seconds. So you get an additional 30 seconds of bleed out time. Next up, we have Danger Closest. This is a blue gumball, and it actually sounds really, really useful. 0 explosive damage. The trigger's immediate, and it lasts for 3 rounds. So for 3 rounds, you could be spamming grenades and explosives and all kinds of stuff, and you're not going to take any damage from it, which is obviously very, very useful. Now, next up, we have Dead of Nuclear Winter. This is a purple gumball, and this allows you to spawn a nuke power-up. It's player activated, and it lasts for 2 uses. So twice you can spawn a nuke to be able to take out all the zombies on the map. Next up, we have Ethereal Enhancement. It's another purple gumball, and this one turns the current weapon into a packed weapon. It's player activated, and it has 2 uses of 30 seconds each. So, if you're in a bad situation, you can use this. It's essentially, pack-a-punching your weapon, and then all of a sudden you have like a super strong weapon for 30 seconds. So that's pretty good. Next up, we have a blue gumball called Firing on All Cylinders. This one allows you to fire while sprinting. It takes place immediately as soon as you inhale it, and then it lasts for 3 rounds. Next up, we have a purple gumball called I'm Feeling Lucky, and it says spawn a random power-up. It's player activated, and it lasts for 1 use, so like a nuke or a fire sale or a max ammo or something like that. It's just going to be a random power-up. Next up, we have Immolation Liquidation. This one allows you to spawn a fire sale power-up. It's player activated, and it lasts for 3 uses. So, you know, the max ammo spawn lasts for 1 use, the nuke lasts for 2 use, and then the fire sale gumball lasts for 3 uses. So, I got to keep that in mind. Next up, we have another orange gumball. So, this one's very good. Impatient. Respawn when the last zombie of the round spawns instead of at the start of the next round. So, you know, obviously that's huge, especially in the later rounds, because when you go down, then you respawn back in at the start of the round. You have like 15 seconds to run around and get your perks, get your weapons, get stuff like that. With this, if you have this, you're going to be able to get set up before the next round starts, and you're going to be able to be back in the game and not get stuck in that constant, like, you know, dying loop that I'm sure you guys know of. So this one is an immediate trigger, and it lasts until bleed out. So you get this one, it's kind of sitting with you, and then when you bleed out, you're going to spawn back in once the final zombie of the round spawns. Now, next up we have In Plain Sight. This is a purple gumball, 10 seconds of ignored by zombies, so it's kind of like camouflage and AW zombies or, you know, whatever else. It's player activated, it lasts for 1 use, 10 seconds, you can go wherever you want and zombies aren't going to attack you. Next up we have Killjoy, another purple gumball, spawn an insta-kill power-up. It's player activated and it's got 2 uses. Next up, another purple gumball. This one's actually one of my favorites. Like, I'm really looking forward to using this one. It's called Killing Time, and it says all zombies freeze in place for 20 seconds. If they are shot, they are marked and will be annihilated when the time is up. It's player activated and you have 1 use. So you kind of, you know, do this, you pause time for a second, all the zombies just stop, and then you put 1 bullet into each zombie, and by the time that 20 seconds is up, once it, you know, kind of like resumes, those zombies that have been tagged with the bullet are gonna like explode, or, you know, I don't know how they're gonna die, but they're all gonna die. So obviously that's very, very good. And it's going to be very useful. Next up, we have Licensed Contractor. This is a purple gumball. Spawn a Carpenter power-up. It's player activated. It's got 3 uses. Next up, we've got Lucky Crit. It's a blue power-up, and it says additional rolls against the percentage chance on the player's AAT. It's an immediate trigger and lasts 1 round. I have no clue what an AAT is. Are you guys, you know, is that, you know, something you guys know? If you guys have an idea, leave it down in the comments, but not sure what that means. Next up, we've got Now You See Me. This is a purple power-up, and it's kind of the opposite of the In Plain Sight one we were just talking about. This one, for 10 seconds, all zombies target you. So obviously, this one's going to be really useful. If your teammates have to go do something, get something done, they're in a bad situation or something like that, you can activate this. It's player activated, and it has 1 use, and every single zombie on the map is going to turn and start coming towards you. So you can be kind of like a distraction. Next up, we have On the House. This is a purple gumball. Spawn a free perk power-up. It's player activated and it lasts for 1 use, so you get a free perk out of that. Next up, another perk gumball is a green one called One for the Road, and this one allows you to buy perks past the normal limit of 4. So we just learned there that the max perks you can have in this zombies is 4, and this gumball allows you to have 1 extra perk slot for 10 minutes, so you can have up to 5 perks. Next up, we have an orange gumball, probably the best gumball in the game, Perkaholic. Give all perks on the map, and it's an immediate effect, and it lasts until you're down. So for that life, until you go down into, you know, last stand or second chance or whatever, when you're bleeding out, you're gonna have all the perks on the map, which is obviously a very, very strong one. Now, next up, we have Phoenix Up. This is actually a pretty strong one as well. It's a purple gumball, and it says revive everyone and keep all perks. This is player activated and lasts for 1 use. So everybody who's down on the map will revive, and they're going to keep their perks, which is obviously very, very good. Next up, we have an orange gumball called Pop Shocks. Melee attack does electric arc damage to nearby zombies, similar to the DG2. So obviously that's pretty good. That's, you know, going to help you get out of some bad situations and take out some zombies quickly. So its trigger is a player melee, and it lasts for 5 melee attacks. Next up, we have Private Eyes. This is a blue gumball. An icon similar to the grenade icon shows up on any zombie within 10 feet, so they can't sneak up on you. This is an immediate trigger and lasts for 2 rounds. So for 2 rounds, anytime a zombie gets close to you, you're going to have an indicator pop up on your screen. So if they're coming from behind you or the side or something like that where you can't see them, you're going to be able to know they're there, which is pretty good, I guess. But I feel like you kind of always want to have your head on a swivel on zombies anyway, so I don't know how useful that one is. All right, boys, we're getting down towards the end here. This is a lot. The next one is a purple gumball. So what this one is it's called a respin cycle, and it says makes the magic box respin to a new weapon choice. It's player activated and used for 2 times. So you get, 2 kind of like respin chances on the mystery box without spending extra money, which is obviously pretty good. Next up, we have stock option. This is a green gumball, and it says, do not need to reload weapon. Ammo is pulled from the stock before the clip. The trigger is immediate and it'll last for 5 minutes. So is that 5 minutes of not having to reload? That actually sounds pretty good. Next up, we've got a green gumball called Sword Flay. This one gives you a 5 times multiplier on a melee damage for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which is obviously pretty good there. Next up, we have an orange gumball, so this one's going to be pretty good. The next primary wall-buy weapon purchase provides a weapon pack-a-punched. This one's called Wall Power. So the next gun you buy off the wall is going to automatically come pack-a-punched, which is obviously very, very powerful. And then finally, last but not least, we have Who's Keeping Score, which allows the player to spawn a double points power-up. It's player activated, and it lasts for 2 uses. So yeah, there you guys have it. 34 gumballs in Black Ops 3 Zombies. Like I said, you can't say this is 100% legit, but I am fairly confident that this is a legit list here, a legit leak. And obviously there could be more gumballs that, aren't in the code yet, and they could be adding them in now and stuff. We'll have to wait and see. But as of now, this sounds like a pretty solid list. And it sounds like it's going to be, kind of a fun new twist to zombies. Like it's going to, kind of add another layer that we didn't have before, which is pretty exciting. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, check out these 2 videos if you haven't seen yet. And I will catch you guys later. Peace out.